Welcome back to Team Angel. I want to come in. I want to talk about something now that I have a little bit of freed up time. I have a little bit of a cold, so going out in the elements and doing things and whatever. Um, the one thing that I'm gonna say right here is this: if I was at home listening to the fan, I would have realized that YouTube channel of the name of that team, I would have realized there was a mistake. But because I hadn't had time to even speak on DeMar as far as what happened, is because I've been very busy and I just didn't do it. But I knew of what happened, okay? I am a sports person. Like, whatever sports is on, I'm watching it. I've been a football, how can I say? You know, football has been in my life ever since I was a little girl. Okay, Peabody High, Peabody Tanners, then the Patriots. And then when I was 7 and 8 years old, I became, with my father and my mother, I became a Dallas Cowboys fan at 7 and 8 years old. Okay? I remember watching Roger Staubach throw that to the original 88. Okay? I know who. Leave in the comments section below if you know who the original 88 is, and I'll give you the initial. It's DP. The initials of his name is DP. So let's see what kind of sports fan, yeah, the original 88. I remember when Roger Staubach threw that pass to him. And when I come to Dallas in 93 and 94, and I went to Irving, the old Texas Stadium, that's where I went and applied to be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. Never in my life would I ever think that I would be invited, but I had enough, like, I can do this type of attitude, that's what I wanted to do. All my life, being at home, we got to be watching the Patriots, I could never talk about wanting to be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. No, not until I got older. Okay? Okay. So after I had my daughter Gina, I lost over 100 pounds. And I started, like, really I always play basketball anyway. It's a thing for me. We've got God knows how many basketballs. And whatever. Whatever. I'll speak on that later. What I'm trying to say is, I love sports. That my mother said, God Angel, I think your heart is shaped like a basketball because it's just my game. But I love football. And I knew what happened to DeMar. So when I got that link and I saw that, that's why I did what I did and did a compassionate video. But when I put it up, my daughter said, Mom, take that down. So I did. I was already taking it down before anybody said anything on YouTube. You are not going to take credit for what my daughter did. It was a mistake. And I got the information off of a YouTube live. A YouTube live press conference from the team that he currently resides with. Okay? I I didn't just do that on my own. I was working today. Not only that, I have a half an acre of land and other responsibilities to tend to. Okay? So, you know, I can apologize, like, in general. Of course, I will apologize. I apologize. Absolutely. Because I went through, and this, I mean, what he's going through is horrific. Okay? But what I went through thinking that he was gone after I heard at 11 o'clock that he was on the apparatus and being fed by, the tube, I was shocked me. And I was hurt. And I was saddened. I am a freaking diehard football fan. As like the cheerleader type. I don't know like every little thing about every little play and whatever. But I am a football fan. When Tom Brady's on. All the games all Sunday and all the college games, hook 'em horns, okay, we've got Texas Longhorns, we've got Texas A&M, we got TCU here in Dallas, we got BU back home. I am a football fan. Yes, I am. I'm a diehard sports fan. I love the Olympics. I love the soccer. I love the tennis. I love it all. I love sports. So, of course, on a general, deal here, of course, I will apologize. I am so happy that that didn't happen to him. I'm happy that he is with us still. Oh, my God. But I went through, and like I said, this is really not about me because he's going through something unimaginable. I could never imagine it. I could not. And I'm praying for him. Okay? I'm praying for him. My son has the size and ability and the agility to be a defensive end for the Dallas Cowboys. He can be signed off the street till tomorrow, but he's just not ready. A little bit more, maybe just a little bit more. And if everything comes to fruition, my son will be a pass rush for Dallas. I believe it. Okay, so anyway. And I worked hard for the last, which is, from 2009, that I'm not even going to detail. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is I am a sports lover. I love it all. Fencing. Just NASCAR. Love NASCAR. Okay, I was saddened when Earnhardt hit the wall and passed. I was about to have a baby. I can remember exactly where I was. I was in Houston. Okay? And it came on a pager that Earnhardt died. Okay? I've met his son. My son, Andrew, got a gift from the fan, 105 through the fan. I could show the badge. Okay? Where Andrew went and met Dale Jr. and shook his hand. And we have the autographed Mountain Dew put away for Andrew, for all of his life. That was an incredible moment. When I met Tyron Smith and I took that picture, that is a moment. I have incredible respect for the athlete because my father was an all-around athlete. I am an athlete. I'm athletic till this day. Okay? And I'm not thinking about a YouTube channel. If I could have lost a YouTube channel, it was inaccurate information And I'm going to go look and see if they took that whole thing down. Because it didn't say passing question mark. It said he did. And I'm like, no. I had a moment like, no. Like, that's the way I felt. Like, no. Hashtag too young for this. I couldn't believe it. The hit was bad enough. The hit was bad enough. You know, that was on Monday Night Football. And we are a football family. And that hit was bad enough. The whole situation was terrible. So I want to let my Team Angel family know, Angel don't do that. I don't. And I want you to, understand, and get to know me, that I am a lover of sports. I love badminton. I love field hockey. I love so many different types of sports. And I am a freaking diehard football fan. I think the Bills have been doing great. I love my Patriots. Okay, my Patriots never won anything when I was growing up. And then I come to Dallas, they get Tom Brady and win God knows how many Super Bowls, right? And I'm like, damn, why couldn't you be there when I was growing up? We had Jim Plunkett and we had Steve Grogan and we had Bledsoe. I mean, see, I could just take these names right off the top of my head because, we have the Red Sox back home. Oh my God, Louis Tiant was my favorite pitcher. I mean, you got to get to know me to understand me and take the time instead of going at me like I did something with ill intent. It was on YouTube. It was a live press conference. You're the mom and pop. Just never mind. Okay, so I will apologize to the situation. Of course, Team Angel. I want Damar to get back up, and I want him to be well because I don't know too much about his background, but he's so young and he's an athlete, and that's a common bond that him and I could strike up a conversation tomorrow. And I'm not tomboyish, but I am one fucking hell of a basketball player. Like I will spin you around. I will make you dizzy. Like I can play you like you be like, holy beep bleep bleep bleep. Okay, I am hella talented, but not only am I talented, I was not able to participate until I read the rule book. My father was a basketball coach when I was young, and he's thrown me the rule book. Got it, Dad. Got it, Dad. Just read a chapter. Just read a chapter, Angeliki. Just read a chapter. Okay, Dad. And when I was upstairs doing the laundry, when we lived on Central Street, I would go up and I'd read a chapter. And I'm folding towels and I'm reading a chapter. And let me tell you something about that. When we lived on 72 Central Street in Peabody, my hometown, right across the street, ladies and gentlemen, it's called Sieglitz High School. You can look it up. That's where Peabody High, before I got to go to high school, would play football. And we're called the Peabody Tanners. It's different now. But if you go look in the 70s and all that, you're going to see Peabody Tanners. Our logo was an actual piece of leather because I come from a leather tanning city. Okay? And across the street is the old Sieglitz High School. Not only was that where Peabody High played football, but it's where major soccer teams would be bussed in to practice. And the reason why they went there is because Stieglitz was closed as a high school, but was used as a facility to let the players change their clothes, take showers, and da-da-da, and so on and so forth. One cold springtime, it didn't warm up back home until like June. So, it was like growing up, if it was a lot of snow, we would have a warm summer. If it was a cold type of winter and we didn't get a lot of snow, it would be like chillier. But if we got a lot of snow, and by the time it thawed out and summer started, we tended to have a warmer summer and a teeny bit longer Indian summer. So this one cold spring, and I'm talking cold, like, you know, uh, like barely tipping 40 degrees. I used to love crossing the street because I would go play basketball against a wall. That's what I would do when I was a kid. No net, no nothing. And I'd always mark it with like, you take a rock and you mark it on the wall. And I want to see how high that I could curve the ball and just like have agility and just being a kid and doing everything possible with that ball. Okay? And then my brother would be my spa. And then my ex-boyfriend, who I'm still friends with, will be, after all these years, he lived 2 doors down from me. And he would spa me. And that's how I would play basketball, like by myself, just learning technique. So when I played the game, I had a different visual of the game. It was insane what I could do. So on that cold weekend, or actually it was like 3 or 4 days, it was, I don't know, like maybe 4 like big buses. They would bus in these soccer teams. And the only way that you could, once you were, once you went into the building of Stieglitz High School, the private side, like the way in the back, like just the last door in the back, if it closed, that door would never, like you couldn't get out. So there would either be a piece of wood there, a brick there, or whatever. So me and my ex-boyfriend and my brother and Becky, my friend of mine, Becky, and Linda, and Clay, and Elidio, we would all go up there and, we would watch the soccer teams because they were fascinating. We'd get our hot cocoa from the corner store, for like 25 cents, and I'll go up there and watch them practice soccer. And it was amazing. Okay? But this one particular weekend, I didn't know who this man was yet. There was like a bus. It was always like the big like Greyhound buses because the parking lot to the school was really big. And I kind of hung back because, like I said, I was playing basketball up against the wall. So, like the custodian, he like waves me over. He said, "Come on over." I said, "Yeah, Angel, I've seen you." He goes, "Oh yeah, Angel, Polly's daughter." I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Come on over." I'm like, "Yeah." So he's like, "You're gonna do me a favor." I'm like, "I'm gonna do you a favor? Okay, well, I'm just here playing basketball, and then I gotta go home." He's like, "Okay, I want you to guard this door." I'm like, "Okay, okay." And, I got my little, I don't know, my watch that my mom got me for Christmas on and whatever. I'm like, "Okay." And there was like 10 of them. They would go in and change and then bring the soccer balls out and then do this and do that and line up and kick the ball and da-da-da and practice and do whatever. So I had to make sure that door didn't shut. Okay? And one of those people was Pele. I didn't know like who he was back then, but it was Pele. Rest in heaven to Pele. And I was just doing what I was told. And something else happened with that I don't want to talk about because it's personal. It's very cool. But I would, stand there and I wouldn't like be, whatever. And I'm just like bouncing the ball and I didn't want to bounce it too much because they were practicing. But I actually got to watch soccer being played by professionals that I just didn't know about yet. It was amazing. I am a sports fan, and I love football, and I love all sports. I think soccer is amazing. My neighbor's kids, I've got 10 soccer balls in my front yard that I call the little soccer field. They're always coming over here playing soccer. I'm always out there shooting hoops. That's something that I hope that my Team Angel family, that you guys can get to know about me. I am a basketball playing fool, I'll tell you. Now, football, to me, I kind of have the cheerleaders side of it, but I know a lot. But I don't know like the guys know. So, to sum it up in a bow, everybody, I was working. And then I was doing things that I have to do to take care of my family. And I was saddened when I got that link. And I'm like waiting for the press conference. And I'm blown the frick away. But I'm so glad that that's not it. And I apologize once again. But it was nothing like that. And I hope that you got to learn a little bit of something about me. And, yeah. I mean, all over my channel. See, Team Angel was born in 2019. The other channels are the older channels. But Team Angel was grown by me and you. You all are Team Angel. I'm just an email holder. You hear me say it all the time. Team Angel is Team Angel. Team Angel is Renee and J-Stone and Murphy's Law and Drop's Family Garden. The amazing Drop. We have our own Drop. Yeah. And Sweet Fragrance. Okay. And Lisa. I mean, it's so many people. And Andrew. But I just want to tell you that, Team Angel, I'm signing off. Got to go take care of my boy. And just let you know that over here, we are a sports family. And we are a sports everything. And I'm grateful that the young man is doing well. Amen to Jesus on that. Please like, share, and subscribe. And good night, everybody. Coming, Andrew.